The morning sun streamed through the cracked blinds of Daniel's small apartment, but he hardly noticed it. His heart pounded as he tied his tie with trembling hands, staring at his reflection in the mirror. Today was supposed to be the day everything changed. After months of rejection letters and sleepless nights, he finally had an interview for a senior management position at a prestigious company, a job that promised stability, health insurance, and a real chance at a better future for his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. She was the reason behind every late-night application, every sacrificed meal, every ounce of hope he still clung to. "Daddy, will we be okay if you get this job?" Lily's small voice broke through his thoughts. She sat at the kitchen table, her school backpack hanging off her tiny shoulders, her big brown eyes full of trust. Daniel crouched down and kissed her forehead. "We'll do more than okay, baby girl. We'll have a home where the heat always works, food on the table every night, and maybe even ice cream on Fridays. But I have to do really well today." She nodded, trying to smile, and he hugged her tight before rushing out the door. He left Lily with the neighbor for school drop-off and jogged toward the bus stop, rehearsing his answers in his head. He couldn't afford to be late. Not today, but fate had other plans. At the corner near the bus stop, Daniel noticed a woman struggling with her car. Steam poured from the hood, and she stood helplessly by the roadside, waving down passing cars. Most drivers ignored her. He hesitated for a split second. His bus was just pulling up. If he ran, he could still make it. But something in his chest tightened. He remembered the countless times he and Lily had been stranded, waiting for kindness that never came. With a heavy sigh, Daniel turned away from the bus and jogged toward the woman. "Do you need help?" he asked. The woman looked up, her face pale with stress. I don't know what happened. It just started smoking, and now it won't start. I have an important meeting, and I'm completely stuck." Daniel rolled up his sleeves without another word. "Let's take a look." For the next half hour, he tinkered with the engine, his hands blackened with grease. He managed to cool the car and identify a loose connection that had caused the overheating. With some effort, he fixed it enough to get the car running. The woman was speechless. "You saved me," she said softly, brushing her hair back. "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done." Daniel smiled faintly, though his stomach sank. He glanced at his watch. The interview had started 20 minutes ago. The bus was long gone. He had thrown away his one shot. "It's no problem. Just drive carefully. You should get that checked by a mechanic soon." The woman offered him a ride, but he declined, too defeated to face the company building now. He trudged home, shoulders heavy, imagining Lily's hopeful face. How could he tell her he'd lost his chance? That night, over their simple dinner, he forced a smile, but Lily saw through him. "Daddy, you always tell me being kind is more important than winning. Maybe something better will come." He hugged her tightly, though he didn't believe it. The next morning, Daniel's phone rang with an unfamiliar number. When he answered, he nearly dropped the phone. "Mr. Daniels," a professional voice said, "this is Meredith Clark, CEO of Clark & Associates. I'd like to personally invite you for an interview this afternoon. I apologize for yesterday. I was tied up with an unexpected situation. But I want to meet you in person." Daniel's heart stopped. Clark & Associates, the company he had applied to. And Meredith Clark. His mind raced back to the woman with the broken-down car. Could it be? At the office, he was escorted to a spacious conference room. And there she was, the same woman he had helped by the roadside, now dressed in a sharp navy suit, her confidence radiating. She smiled warmly. "I owe you an apology," she said. "I didn't introduce myself properly yesterday. I was in such a panic. I'm Meredith Clark. You gave up your bus, your interview, for a stranger. That kind of integrity and kindness is exactly what I want in my company. Anyone can have skills, but character, that's priceless." Daniel's mouth went dry. I didn't know. I just couldn't leave you stranded." "That's exactly why you're here," she said. "I read your resume. Impressive experience, but what stood out most was what you did yesterday. So, let's not call this an interview. Let's call it the start of your new career, if you'll accept the offer." His eyes burned with tears he tried to hold back. All the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the doubts, they had led him here. "All except," he whispered. When he came home that evening, Lily ran into his arms. "Daddy, how did it go?" Daniel lifted her high, his heart bursting. "It went better than I ever imagined, baby. We're going to be okay." And from that day forward, their lives changed. The small apartment gave way to a cozy home. Dinner wasn't just canned soup anymore. But more importantly, Daniel carried with him the lesson that kindness never goes unrewarded, even if the reward isn't immediate. Sometimes, the biggest opportunities come disguised as small choices, like stopping to help a stranger on the side of the road.